Hello everybody and welcome to the Video Game Chronicles. Now what you're seeing right now is something that I got in the mail just now, and I actually bought this because one day, even though it hasn't done it since, my TV went haywire. Now if it does happen again, I will at least have this, so that way I most likely won't have any problems. Now this is not the 5X Pro, which of course is available now. That's the recent release. Now there's two problems with that. One, it's sold out, and two, it's really expensive. So I couldn't afford that. So I had to go with the second best, and this of course is the other thing that they had on the website. Now what is it? Well, you're going to find out right now. I took it out of its box because I didn't want you guys to see my address and whatever not. Oh, it's in a... Never mind about this bag. Screw that. It's in this. Okay, so now I got to open this sucker just to see what it looks like. And it is... I'll reveal it to you guys. It is the Retrotink 2X Pro. This is actually cheaper than the 5X Pro. The 5X Pro is pretty expensive, and that's the reason why I got this instead. And that's just because of its price. The price was actually much more reasonable. So if anything happens, I'll at least have something to play my games with. See, the problem is my TV went haywire, and as a result I was having problems playing my games. So to avoid that trouble, I bought this, and I'll probably be using it, but I gotta test it out first to see how it works and whatever not. So I'm going to show you guys today on this episode of the Video Game Chronicles, and hopefully it's a great product. And there's also the 2X Pro M, which I have not got. I may get that in the near future. Alright, so now for the test. Okay, now we're going to see if the Retrotink works. Keep your fingers crossed. Alright, we're going to turn this on. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, it doesn't look right, so what they said in the card said keep on pressing input until you get a better picture. So we're going to keep on pressing input. Okay, still nothing. And there we go. Look at that. It works. It works perfectly, and well, there you go. See, what I decided to play for doing this test of the Retrotink is, of course, the game that I played for walkthroughs and challenges this year. And of course it works, which is good. Eventually I'm going to try the different settings. Now I know that there's a filter button. there's a filter button in which you can cycle different, because I heard there's one for one that's not smooth, one that's smooth. This is supposed to be the smooth mode, and this is supposed to be scan lines. So if you want scan lines in your game, there you go. So that's pretty cool. Now I know there's different settings for this, so we're going to try the auto setting for mode. This is the auto setting. And I think I like that a lot better than the retro mode. I had the retro mode on for mode, since it is the default for the Retrotink. So there you go. And there's other modes as well. And of course, I'm going to try doing the retro mode again. But this time and I said mode, it's actually comb. It's called comb, excuse me. Not mode, comb. I do apologize. The mode right now is at line 2x. Now we're going to set it to pass. This of course is the pass mode. And of course I have the retro and the pass mode setting. Of course. And of course, finally I could set it to, if I really wanted to, auto. Auto setting, and of course the pass mode. And those are the different settings, of course. And this actually does not look too bad. It's not perfect. It looks a little blurry. But of course I can do different inputs for each. That looks terrible, by the way, but it don't really matter because this is just a test, everybody. And of course it just depends on what you like. Eventually I'm going to fool around with this and get acquainted with it. But the Retrotink works, and I'm going to do more of a review in the near future. So, and I'm going to be using it for walkthroughs and challenges, gameplay and reviews, whatever or not. And that's from now on, by the way. I will no longer be using the AV input on the back of my TV. I'm going to be using the Retrotink and plugging the Retrotink to the HDMI port that I usually put for like video games and whatever not, like the NES Classic and so on and so forth. So, alright everybody, thank you all for watching this test, and I will be doing a review on the Retrotink 2X Pro in the near future. Fortunately, I can't afford the 5X Pro because it's so expensive, and of course it's out of stock at this current time. So maybe if I ever get the money, I might invest in the 5X Pro and see how that works. I wanted to also get the 2X Pro M, but unfortunately they're out of production because of a chip shortage at this current time, so I won't be able to get that. And I know for a fact that it doesn't play well, the Retrotink 2X Pro doesn't play well for 480p games and 480p systems. And as a result of the Retrotink 2X Pro M not being in production at this current time, there's no way to test out the Wii for 480p. I can do 480i, however, because I heard that this thing goes up to 480i. It can't do 480p, unfortunately. So that's what I've heard. All right, everybody. That's the test, and I thank you all for watching, and of course I'll be using it. Stay safe and stay awesome, and happy gaming.